Hello you guys, welcome back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing my NBA All Star Ballot. And today we're not going to be streaming this like we usually do. We're going to be doing some more edited video, see how this does. So, we're going to be starting off with the East, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory what the captain's going to be for the East. Giannis Antetokounmpo. If I say that wrong, I am sorry, Bucks fans, if any of y'all are watching. Well, we know how they have the two captains, they do a draft and everything, but like the starters, they really don't matter all in all, like, because everyone plays basically. But I'll give y'all my 5 starters for the East. The 2 guards are going to be Kyrie Irving and Kemba Walker. Being in Charlotte, I don't see why they wouldn't be voted in. And Kyrie having another really good season for the Boston Celtics, I don't see why that's any problem with that. But for the forwards, y'all obviously have Giannis and Kawhi. I think Kawhi is shown that he can come back from that injury and still be good, and he's doing insane, like you see right there, for the Toronto Raptors. In that center, I have Joel Embiid. After having injury problems for the first 2 seasons in his career, coming back and playing terrific basketball, I don't see why anyone would not vote Joel Embiid as an All-Star this season. And for the reserves, in the Eastern Conference, as the guards, I would have Bradley Beal and Victor Oladipo, because Bradley Beal, we know that John Wall is going to be going out with an injury, and Bradley Beal will be the #1 option for this team, and we should see a lot more scoring from Bradley Beal. I think he's near 22 points per game this season. I think he can probably get to 23, 24 points per game and be an All-Star this season again. And then I also have Victor Oladipo having another great season, leading the Indiana Pacers to a top seed. I just don't see why that'd be another problem with that. I just think Victor Oladipo is a great 3-and-D guy. Locked up my Hawks down the stretch in that game. But for the forwards, I have Blake Griffin and Jimmy Butler. I just think that Blake Griffin, he's having a historic season based on, like, for his stats. Since his, like, people forgot about Blake Griffin. They thought he's just that athletic guy, but he's shown he can pass a lot better. Having Reggie Jackson as the point guard, he's their leading passer. And you also got Jimmy Butler, who, it's kind of weird to say that the 76ers, who are a 4 seed, might have 3 All-Stars, but I couldn't leave Jimmy Butler out. But, like, they have that many good players, and they could be a scary team in the playoffs. Like, who knows? I also have Nikola Vucevic of the Orlando Magic. I really could not think of any other guy. Maybe Andre Drummond, but, like, the Pistons having 2 All-Stars, that doesn't seem right with their team and everything. But I gotta give it a Nicolo. And then for the wild cards in the Eastern Conference, Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine. I was between Zach LaVine and Chris Middleton, but, like, really I think Zach LaVine deserves it. I think if you're the number 2 option for, like, one of the best teams in the conference, you should be averaging more than 17 points. Even though adding a new coach and adding more space into the team, there's no excuse. And then Ben Simmons, he's shown that he can impact the game without shooting. And we haven't seen that in a while. He reminds me of a lot of a Magic Johnson player. And he had the Kareem. Like, I think the Kareem would be like having the Joel Embiid. You got the Jimmy Butler. I don't know about that. But that's the Eastern Conference. I'm also going to put this in the description, like always, to see what y'all... If y'all do not want to watch the whole video, I understand. Y'all can just look at the description. I got my whole list and everything. And for the West, the captain's gonna be LeBron. We all know we want to change, but we know LeBron's gonna lead in votes, like always. But for the guards in the Western Conference, I had to go with James Harden and Steph Curry. James Harden's been on a tear, averaging like 36 in the last 10 games. He's been insane for this Rockets team to get him back in the playoffs. And they're fighting for like another top 5 seed this season, so that's pretty good. And Steph, even though he was hurt, missed like 10 games, he's been good this season. And 28 points per game, 6 rebounds. 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He's probably near 50, 40, 90. Great season for him. And then for the forwards, besides LeBron, I got Kevin Durant. People think, I know Paul George deserves a starting spot. We're going to talk about him later, but I don't know how Kevin Durant will not get more votes than him. I just think that OKC, they're a big market, but not compared to what you see in in Golden State. Like Zaza almost got in as a starter. Kind of like we saw with the Royals second baseman. I forgot what his name is, but yeah, they got rid of that rule because like someone hacked the system and had like thousands of votes for him. Crazy. But then for the reserves, for the guard position, I have Dame Dalla and Russell Westbrook. Even though for Russell Westbrook's efficiencies, he's been a good defender, passer, and his shooting has not been good. His turnovers is getting better. His IQ is getting a bit better. But you have to have Russell in there. Triple double guy, stat pad, and then Dame Dollar, really good player for the Trailblazers. Got to have him in. And then for the forwards, I got Paul George and Tobias Harris. I just think Tobias Harris and Paul George are other guys that need to be in. Like Paul George, having a great season after a bad start. He's turned it around. He's been a good combo next to Russell Westbrook and Tobias Harris. I think if they can stay in the playoffs, Tobias Harris will get in for sure. But if they fall out, there's no way that he gets in. And then for the center spot, I have Karl Anthony Towns. I just think since Jimmy Butler left, he's been a different player. And again, versus my Hawks, had 31 points, even though he won 31-17. The guy's a stud. It's hard to match up against him. If you don't have a top guy like Rudy Gobert or something to match up against him, he's gonna school you all day, and you can't do much about it. And then for the wild cards, I have Devin Booker and DeMar DeRozan. I just think Devin Booker's got to get in this year. It's like 2 years in a row he should have got in, but his team's bad. But like, he's been a really good player this season. He's up to 7 assists. People can't say he can't pass. Maybe it's not as efficient as you would want it to be. The guy's a natural shooting guard. If they could draft, maybe like I said in my mock draft, maybe you draft a John Morant. You pair that's a good pair next to him. John Morant starting to shoot a lot better. I just think that'd be a great pair. Like then you have your Shaq down low. You have a lot of wings on this team. Like you can do whatever you want, make a trade, go after someone. Even though I don't know who's gonna want to play in Phoenix, but who knows. And then I have DeMar DeRozan. I just think if it's a Popovich player, how does Popovich not get an All-Star? I could have went with LaMarcus Aldridge, but I went with DeMar DeRozan. I just think that Pop has so much respect in the league that the coaches are going to vote a guy in from his team. I don't know when that was the last time he didn't have an All-Star, but yeah, it's going to continue. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of these NBA talk or other sports talks, let me know, and I'll do more. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoy.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Zuzi on the track.